jaguar.com. Also, live Twitch stream as well. Get a hold of us each and every week on our big program. We are going to go to the telephones. We have got a fantastic guest joining us live, and we go to the telephones. Go ahead and introduce yourself, my friend. Give us a brief introduction on yourself.
Hey, how's it going, James? Thanks a lot for having me. My name is Mike McManus from the band Gamblers, and happy to be here. Thanks a lot.
Now, talk to us about Gamblers.
Yeah, so we're a band based in New York City. Most of us are originally from Long Island. And we put out our debut EP just over a year ago now, the end of 2018. It's called the Corinthian Order EP. And we just recently, for Halloween, released a couple of covers. One of them being sort of like I've been referring to it as like an Amy Winehouse, Mark Ronson style version of Monster Mash. And we also did a cover of the Ramones classic Pet Cemetery. So that's kind of what we've been promoting the last couple weeks. Our debut full-length album is going to be coming out in the spring of 2020. So basically we just wanted to kind of bridge the gap of it came out a year ago, and our album, which will be coming out, within, if I was to say, 6 months from now, roughly. Do something fun, because I think a lot of times, it's just like, all right, what's our next move? Let's plan this, let's do this, and we just wanted to kind of like have some fun with it. And we're like, all right, well, it's gonna be Halloween soon. Let's just do something different, It's something that we've never done something kind of so lightheartedly before. I don't know if that's a perfect way of saying it, but because we do. I mean, I still think we tried really hard and we did our best, but we've kind of we've never taken an approach like that where it's like, hey, let's just throw something out there for fun. So that's what's going on, and like I said, appreciate you having me, Jim.
Definitely. Gamblers with us today. They join us live here on our Sunday radio broadcast each and every week. We are on the mix on Tuesdays as well. Live Twitch stream each and every Sunday at JiggyJaguar.com. That's JiggyJaguar.com. And so how do people find you guys online if they want to listen to your music or participate with you guys on social media?
Well, thanks for asking. We're on Spotify, SoundCloud, iTunes, Apple Music, etc. We're on Facebook and Instagram. There's Gamblers, and on Instagram we're at GamblersBaby. So you can find us there. We also just released a new video for our version of Monster Mash. Came out a couple days ago, and we've been getting some good response from it. It's funny. I went to make an advertisement for it on Facebook, and they denied it because they said that the content was let me get the exact quote. It was
I always love these.
Shocking, sensational, and unusually violent, which is kind of funny. But,
well, at least Facebook's putting you over. That's good.
Yeah. I should also mention too that I know you guys
That's
do a lot of metal
fantastic
stuff, and I'd be remiss not to mention that Billy Reimer from Dillinger Escape Plan plays drums on these two tracks.
That's
so,
fantastic. That's fantastic.
Yeah, it's pretty exciting. It's like a Long Island thing. Like Long Island's, it's a big place, but it's kind of a small community, especially when you're talking about music and the kind of music that we do. So he's someone who's been a friend the last few years. We played in like played a few shows in another band together, and I reached out to him to do this, and he was gracious enough to do it. It was kind of funny because he had just come off a tour with Korn and Alice in Chains, drumming for a band called Horror, like sort of like a hip hop metal thing. They're really cool, and yeah, he had gotten off of that, I think in September or the end of August, and we started doing this in mid-September. So we were happy that he was able to join us, and we might be doing some stuff with him further in the future.
Fantastic. Well, we're going to play Monster Mash, and we will be back with more from Gamblers here on our big broadcast.
Well, the beat was rocking, all were digging the sound of Igor's chains and the baying hounds. Now everything was cool with Drac in the band, and Monster Mash was the hit of the land. He did the mash, the Monster Mash, the Monster Mash, a graveyard smash. He did the mash, the Monster Mash. He did the mash. He did the mash, the Monster Mash, the Monster Mash, a graveyard smash. He did the mash, the Monster Mash. He did the mash. He did the mash, the Monster Mash, a graveyard smash. He did the mash, the Monster Mash. He did the mash.
That's Gam on your Sunday radio broadcast. Each and every week, we come to you live from JiggyJaguar.com. Go ahead and get a hold of us over there at JiggyJaguar.com. Gamblers with us today, and we have got another great guest coming up here in just a few moments as well. Now, before we end here, what are some of your goals for the new year coming up?
Well, we have our first full-length album coming out in the spring of 2020. So there's a couple of more videos to shoot for that, and just kind of solidifying further the team that's going to be helping us put that out. Where we've had a number of conversations and a number of meetings as it relates to that. So just trying to basically get everything wrapped up in terms of things that we need to have ready to go to put the album out. Outside of that, we're going to be planning a tour around the album, which is also currently being worked on, and we have a new lineup that has kind of been coming together over the last few months. We've had a lot of lineup changes in this group, and it's just the sort of thing that the harder you push something, some people stick with you, some people can't hang anymore, or some people just they're not fitting with your vision of where you're trying to go and their own vision for their own life. It's tough. It's not for everybody, and it's not easy, and I certainly understand that. So I've had a couple of guys that were with me since the beginning, frankly, and they're going their separate ways, and we have some new people joining the band that we're really excited about. So yeah, man, it's been kind of a whirlwind, but again, like this Halloween release was just an example of like, hey, let's not take this too seriously, and let's get back to having some fun. And it doesn't mean you don't have goals. It doesn't mean you don't have long-term plans, but there's only so much you could plan for in music. I've had crazy highs and crushing lows. I've played packed theaters to bars with 5 of your friends in them. So it's a crazy industry, as everyone knows. So yeah, I mean, you set goals, you try to accomplish what you can, but at the end of the day, it's a crapshoot, as you know. So, but those are the goals in terms of the next 6 months to a year, and just putting more stuff out on a more regular basis, I think, as well.
Fantastic. Now, before we let you guys go, once again, how do people find you guys on social media, websites, all these things?
Website is gamblersmusic.com. You can find all our stuff there. We're on Spotify, SoundCloud, iTunes, Apple Music, and the like. You can find us at Gamblers Baby on Instagram, and you can find us on Facebook /Gamblers. Yeah, so anything, but those are the main ones.
Fantastic. The Sunday radio broadcast, and appreciate the music. Thank you, man.
James, thank you so much for having us. I really appreciate it, man. I hope we could do this again in the future sometime.
Definitely. Keep us up to date, and we definitely will have you back. Thank you, man.
Appreciate it, dude.
Appreciate it, man. There we go. We've got more coming up.
Well, the jig, the jig is a Jaguar. Well, the jig, the jig is a Jaguar.